everybody, it's Dr. Jaime and welcome back to the Dr. Fit and Fabulous YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to our videos by clicking the button right here. That way you can see our future content. Always feel free to ask your questions, like and share this video with your friends. Today we're talking about prenatal vitamins. Okay, well let's talk about prenatal vitamins. As an OBGYN, this is something that I recommend to my patients every single day. Nutrients are important to prepare and supply a woman's body with tools to adequately develop the placenta, the baby, and the mom throughout the pregnancy. It is important to note that there is actually no minimum set by the FDA for a prenatal. Found this to be a total shock as a clinician. Many companies market skeleton formulas as prenatals that are missing vital nutrients and contain suboptimal dosing of key pregnancy nutrients. Think of your prenatal like an insurance policy for your child's future, but always remember that the most bioavailable nutrients come from your food. You're optimizing the life of your future child, setting up proper gene expression, cell health, tissue and organ development, and much more. The nutrient status that a woman has before and during pregnancy impacts the long-term health of her child. The truth is that your diet is simply not enough. Your nutrient needs are much higher during pregnancy. No matter how healthy your diet is, it's important to have a nutritional insurance policy with a prenatal supplement. This is especially key for early pregnancy, when the neural tube develops and closes before most women even know they're pregnant. It also helps ensure that the baby gets adequate nutrients despite any appetite suppression that may occur with morning sickness in the first trimester. One of the most crucial reasons for taking a quality prenatal supplement is to reduce the risk of birth defects such as a neural tube defect and congenital heart defects. The American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology recommends supplementing with folate at least 1 month prior to conception. This helps prevent major birth defects, especially of the nervous system and spinal cord. Several studies, including a 2019 Journal of American Medical Association, have shown that women taking a quality prenatal with the correct forms of folate and other key nutrients are less likely to have a child diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Women taking a prenatal during pregnancy have been shown to have a lower risk of preterm labor and preterm birth prior to 37 weeks. A quality prenatal is a vital aspect of a healthy pregnancy. Okay, let's talk about it. What should you look for in a prenatal vitamin? I want you to go grab your bottle if you have one, and let's take a look at it together. First, it should contain all 8 B vitamins, and these should be in the activated form. It should contain all key minerals: iron, calcium, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, chromium, molybdenum, and chelated forms. These are best absorbed and they're easier on your gut. Next, it should have a high dose of choline and all the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. When it comes to dose for prenatal vitamins, more is not always better. Dose should always match the unique need for pregnancy. A good prenatal should be formulated to provide the adequate nutrient levels but not overdo it. For example, a recent study showed that too much vitamin B6 can increase the risk for hip fracture and heart disease and may actually lower your prolactin levels. Biotin recommendations were lowered from 300 micrograms to 30 micrograms due to evidence that too much biotin can actually cause DNA damage. As you look at your prenatal, below the supplement facts, you're going to see something called other ingredients. These can be chemical additives, preservatives, food dyes, and fillers, and these can have a negative impact on both you and your baby. Look for a product that is free of synthetic ingredients. Now let's discuss delivery method. Have you seen those enticing gummy prenatals? They sure do look delicious, but they actually contain things like sugar and added food dyes. Just because a prenatal contains the right dose and form of nutrients doesn't mean that you're actually absorbing it. The delivery of the nutrient is crucial. Tablets are made by taking raw materials and pounding them together under heat and pressure. It's a more concentrated form, but it tends to pass through the GI tract with very poor absorption. Those cute little gummies are nice, but they don't always provide a stable form of nutrient delivery, and they very rarely contain all of the needed nutrients. Capsules, on the other hand, are preferable due to the easy breakdown of the capsule and the release of nutrients into the stomach. Capsules can also be opened and added to things like juice, smoothie, oatmeals, or other foods when swallowing a capsule is not tolerated. Now let's touch on the 6 key prenatal nutrients. First is folate, or vitamin B9. This is one of the most important pregnancy nutrients. It's used in very early pregnancy for the development of the neural tube that develops into the baby's spinal cord, spine, brain, and skull. Folate is used for DNA production, cellular growth, and development of the baby throughout the pregnancy. Folate plays an important role in red blood cell health and helps prevent anemia of women during pregnancy as well. Mothers supplemented with folate had a decreased risk of postpartum depression. Well, that's great. Not all forms of folate, though, are created equally. You see, folate is an umbrella term used for several forms of the vitamin B9. Folic acid is a synthetic oxidized version of vitamin B9, whereas methylfolate is a biologically active form of folate used by the body. The reason it matters if you take folic acid versus folate is that up to 50% of the population have mutations called SNPs in enzymes like DHFR, MTHFD1, and MTHFR. Whew, that was a mouthful. These regulate the conversion of folic acid to methylfolate. Changes in these genes can slow your conversion. If you have one of these genes, supplementing with active folate makes it even more important. On top of that, folic acid has been shown to block the cellular receptors for active folate entering the cells. The bottom line is say no to folic acid. Make sure that your prenatal contains 600 to 800 micrograms of methylfolate. Methylfolate is much more expensive to use in a formula. Cheap prenatals typically use folic acid to cut corners. And remember that folate is also found in your food. Food sources of folate include beef, organ meats like liver, eggs, dark leafy greens, spinach, Swiss chard, and kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, strawberries, legumes, and lentils. Our second nutrient is choline. This was the biggest change to prenatal nutrient recommendations that came out in 2018. Choline recommendations are now 450 milligrams daily. In the third trimester, these needs climb to 800 milligrams daily. Choline has been ranked at the same level of importance as folate for prevention of neural tube defects and proper brain development. Choline is a B vitamin derivative used in many methylation pathways for brain health, liver, gallbladder health, and cell membrane integrity. Okay, are you ready for a mind-blowing fact? 90 to 95% of pregnant women are deficient in choline. When looking for a prenatal, it's super important to select one with a large amount of choline. Dose is important. One of the top-selling prenatals on the market has choline, but it only has 12 milligrams. This is an example of a marketing technique that's grossly inadequate dosing for optimal health in pregnancy. Trimethylglycine, or TMG, is a substance that's used in the same methylation pathway as choline that functions in a similar manner and may be seen in prenatal formulas. A mix of choline and TMG is a perfect way to meet the need for methyl groups in pregnancy. Food sources of choline include egg, especially the yolks, beef, chicken legs, liver, dairy, Brussels sprouts, and mushrooms. Third is bone nutrients. Pregnancy involves developing a new skeleton. It's important to get all the nutrients needed for bone development: calcium, magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2. Vitamin D3 and K2 direct calcium where to go in the body. We want calcium in our body and in our teeth, but not in our vascular system. Calcium also protects the developing baby from lead exposure. Calcium is very bulky and it's very hard to get 100% daily value in a supplement, so it's important to also incorporate the calcium-rich foods in your diet as well. Food sources of bone nutrients include dairy, especially cultured dairy. That contains calcium and vitamin K2. Also foods like almonds, broccoli, salmon, and mushrooms. Next, we're going to talk about methylation nutrients. Methylation is a process in the body that produces methyl groups, which is a simple and profound molecule. It's like the central circle of a spider web that connects many very important biochemical reactions. These pathways are extremely active in pregnancy to help support the development of new life, and it's crucial to have adequate amounts of these key nutrients in their active forms. Key methylation nutrients are very necessary. These include things like folate, in particularly methylfolate, vitamin B12, methylcobalamin, vitamin B6, vitamin B2, zinc, and magnesium, of course in their chelated forms, and then choline. Our fifth nutrient is iron. Blood volume increases by 50% in pregnancy. This increase in blood volume increases the need for iron to make more red blood cells that contain oxygen-transporting hemoglobin. Adequate iron stores ensure adequate oxygen delivery to the developing fetus, placenta, and the mom. Iron needs increase significantly in the second half of pregnancy, so beginning to supplement iron before and in early stages of pregnancy is a great strategy. Supplementing with a gentle, chelated form of iron, such as iron bisglycinate, can help to alleviate some of the side effects that women experience with iron supplementation, such as nausea and constipation. It's also important to focus on iron-rich foods, heme and non-heme sources in your diet, such as red meat, liver, clams, oysters, turkey, eggs, legumes, spinach, and apricots. And the last very key nutrient is vitamin A. This nutrient is highly misunderstood, and Google searches contain inaccurate information from outdated studies from decades ago. So let's break down the facts. There's never been a documented adverse effect with dietary forms of vitamin A, only with supplemented forms. A great source in your diet is small amounts of liver, cod liver oil, and egg yolks. Vitamin A has two forms. The first form is beta-carotene. This is technically a precursor to vitamin A that must be converted into the active form of vitamin A. This is found in plant foods such as carrots, peppers, butternut squash, and sweet potatoes. Beta-carotene must be converted to the active form of vitamin A, and this is regulated by the gene BCMO1. The enzyme is also called BCMO1. Have you heard of the term that carrots are good for your eyes? Well, this is only true if your enzyme is actually working. The rods in the retina of the eye require vitamin A in the trans-retinol form for night vision. Many women have decreased function of this enzyme, and that requires more retinol forms of vitamin A from their diet or their supplement. The other form of vitamin A is retinol or retinoic acid. This is the fat-soluble active form of vitamin A that plays a crucial role in fetal eye development, iron transport and metabolism, immune system function, DNA production, lung health, and night vision. This preformed vitamin A is found in pastured dairy products, liver, fish oils like cod liver oil, and human milk. That's right, your breast milk contains preformed vitamin A for your baby's development and well-being. More recent studies have shown that responsible dosing with preformed active vitamin A given to women before, during, and after pregnancy has the following benefits. Your child's pulmonary function is improved when preformed vitamin A supplement is given, but not beta-carotene. Women supplemented with preformed vitamin A in pregnancy and in the postnatal period is also associated with improved school performance and your child's executive functions. And in Denmark, 25% increase in vitamin A intake in pregnant women is associated with a decreased risk of type 2 diabetes in their offspring. The bottom line, vitamin A is a bell-shaped curve. Too little of this crucial nutrient can lead to many health issues, and too much could be problematic. I would never recommend more than 3,000 micrograms or 10,000 international units in a supplement. The goal is to meet your unique nutrient needs. You should feel empowered with information regarding why a prenatal is crucial and how to pick out a quality product and the roles of these key nutrients that they play in pregnancy. This particular prenatal by Vitamin IQ was intelligently formulated for you and your baby in mind. I am actually the chief medical advisor for Vitamin IQ, and this is the prenatal vitamin that I recommend to my patients in clinic. It's super important because it contains every B vitamin in their activated form, every key mineral that you need in the chelated form, and additional supplements like your fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. It also contains a proprietary blend of TMG, beetroot powder, broccoli sprouts, and ginger root. I recommend the Vitamin IQ Whole Food Prenatal. You can check it out in the link below. Make sure you share this video, subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them if you just leave them in the comments below. I wish you the best day, and congratulations on your new baby.